Yes. This is what happens to me. The gentle persistence of nature and of people and of even houses in their own sense, because they're a creativity, but it's much easier to explain with nature, because it's always trying to interact with us in a very definite way. Just capture the swans over there and zoom into the swans. We can see they're minding their own business, and their communication is totally integral with their lifestyle. They're feeding, they're trying to take care of their children or their little ducklings or their little swanlings, and they're totally interested in their own, so it doesn't impact on my mind too much what's going on, only the fact that they're rather selfish. And the selfishness is rather good from their point of view, because they're getting on with their own business, but it might leave me with a sense of loneliness, and that's the first key in understanding the communication coming from the swans, even though it's in a distance. In the distance, it's actually saying, mind your own business and get out of my space, and that impacts on me by saying, well, am I going to be lonely, and in what sense of the word, or what sense am I going to have any friends at all? Now, if we could look at the pigeons here. Now, the pigeons have no children, and they're much at home with me as I walk. They sit down, they look. Slowly, the pigeon's point of view and lifestyle becomes more important than my point of view. Well, here's the water now, you know, and it has its own special life force. It's its own special life force. It's very still. It doesn't impact on your mind the same way as human beings impact on your mind. It's a relationship you have with the water, and you have this little duck here, which is more friendly with the water than me. It will carry on with a very friendly atmosphere with the water. It will suggest to it when it's warm or when it's cold, when it's full of dirt or when it's not full of dirt, when it's full of food, when it's not full of food. The same way with me. My brain is going to have this same conversation with the water. And gently the wind blows, and what it tells me is move in a left direction and wait for the new instruction. So the wind is blowing the tree in the left direction, giving me the instruction to move left. I've turned left, and now I'm on a new path. I'm in the land of psychosis of the trees. I'm totally. A human being won't talk to me. The information coming from the tree is more important than what's coming from the human being or from my peers or from my mother or from my father. There's no mother-father influence. It's only coming from the trees. And what it is that's really it, like, you know, that's how it is. It becomes so real, and you move off and you talk to the trees and you talk to the dogs and you talk to the piece of wood and you talk to the ground, and it all becomes alive. And now we'll move on and we'll show you that.
What a pleasant day.
Ah! Yes, and it is a pleasant day. But there you go, this is what happens. And I moved on, and not only would it be a pleasant day, but it would be like, would I cut this tree down and take it home for firewood? And he would say, badness and ungraciousness unto you. You wouldn't get away with it, because I would produce no more oxygen and you would die of the carbon dioxide being produced by the fire. And I wanted the next tree because I would be totally in my psychosis. And this tree here would say something, maybe a smile.
Good morning.
Yes, and a shake of my hand.
You've been barking up the wrong tree, you know.
Barking up the wrong tree was not my idea, but that's really the truth of it. You have to respect the point of view of the tree, and it would have its own lifestyle, and it would say to itself, I don't want this human being in my life. And I would have to pass it by and it would get on with its life and I would have to get on with my life. Yeah. Sometimes I'm at a loss as to what to do. And I would shake my head. But at this point, you're so intense of trying to get some kind of love, care and attention from your environment that it just doesn't make any sense to walk away. You're actually involved in it. Everything means something. Everything is maybe a spirit of some kind is moving through the tree that's going to give me a good direction, at least a prompt in the right direction. Not all of the direction is bad. Sometimes it might tell me, you must be very lonely and those nasty, nasty human beings were so nasty to you. So now what are you going to do? Are you going to be the tender of the trees?